Hi, I'm Amy Barrett Daffin, and I'm here today to talk to you about the Big Book of Little Sparks Creativity Journal. And the cool thing about this book, it's fully illustrated, but the neat thing is it's a workbook. So there is space for you to fill in, to have fun creating your own Big Book of Little Sparks. So this is sort of like a plan your own adventure. So let me show you a couple of the pages and what I did. So I have my little colored pencils here, and I went through and I started it. Now this is by Carrie Bloomston, but a little secret, I actually worked with the illustrator on this and got to really work hand in hand with her to get the type of illustrations that we wanted for the book. So it shows you, here's all the sparks. There's 31, so you could do one a day. And they talk about things like fear, creating a mission statement, just getting started, take a class, all sorts of things. So you go through with the introduction, and then you take your quiz for your learning style. So I took my quiz, and I knew this already, but it was fun to take the quiz and see. I am a tactile or kinesthetic learner, so I learn from doing. I do learn from seeing things, but I mostly learn from hands-on. So that was what I discovered, is I'm a hands-on learner. And then let's go to, talks about visualize yourself in your process. What are your obstacles? And I said, you know, some of my obstacles are that inspiration. Sometimes I have all this stuff and I just don't know where to start. Another is time. I work full time. I serve on a couple boards. You know, I'm married, I have a family. So how do I make time in my day? So those were my two biggest obstacles. Where do I get my inspiration from? And being busy. So then, how to create your space. So I started looking at it and I thought, what are the things that I'd like to fine tune in my craft room? And I am lucky enough. I have a 10 by 10 bedroom that is my craft room. I have a cutting table. I've got okay fabric storage, but I don't think it's great. It's sort of hard to see and you got to pull out the bins. So not crazy about that. I don't have a computer in there, and I don't have a desk, and I don't have a bookshelf. And I actually just bought this stuff to make a design wall. So I wanted to make an 8-foot by 8-foot design wall because I like making queen size quilts. So those are the things that I need to keep in mind for my space when I'm trying to figure out what to do. So then I skipped ahead and I looked at Spark 4 and I thought about the negative self-talk. And, you know, I don't know about you, but for me, you know, there are things you hear as a child like, I was told that when I was young I wasn't artistic, that I had a sister who was the artist in the family, and it certainly wasn't me. And so what I did was I replaced my negative self-talk with positive self-talk. So I wrote a couple things that my husband says to me. He says, you're beautiful, that he loves my humor, that I'm strong. I've had people tell me I'm a great boss, and I'm creative. So then what I wrote about my affirmations or mantras was, I like my creativity, I like that I'm empathetic, that I'm curious, that I'm smart, and then my own very made up word, I am ideaphoric. I love making something from nothing. So then I looked at times of day, and so like, what's the best time of day for me to do something? It's usually early in the morning. Like, well, early for me is 9 a.m. When do I feel most creative? Oh, like 1 in the afternoon. When do I have the most energy? 7 in the morning. When am I tired? 3:30 in the afternoon. So then I thought, what gives me energy? And I made a list of things that give me energy, like exercising, learning something new, going to quilt exhibits or art exhibits or museums, hanging out with my creative friends, taking a class, looking through our books, going on Pinterest, and sometimes just pulling out my fabric and playing with it. And the other thing I thought about is, how do I find more time? And I thought, well, I could watch fewer Instagram reels, because that's sort of like a rabbit hole you go down, and next thing you know, 15 minutes has gone by, and watching television. And I thought, you know, if I'm going to watch TV, I should be creative. So that's what I did. I did the first 5 sparks, and I just wanted to tell you about them and give you a chance to get started. But you know, you just keep going, and she talks about making a mess, giving yourself permission, how to find open doors with the people that you know to help you become more creative. And then what's your process? I mean, there's just so many things. And then, oh, the last thing I did, and I think I mentioned this, is what coats did your parents give you or teachers give you? And then what does your coat look like yourself? So I wrote down that my mom said I wasn't an artist and the teacher said I wasn't creative. And then I colored in my coat. And I used my little color pencils here. And as you can see from my coat, I love color. I love lots of color. I love bold color. I like bright color. I just did decide to put in some black and gray just to tone it down a little bit. But I had fun making my coat of many colors. So if you're like me and you need some help getting your creativity sparked, I would check out the Big Book of Little Sparks from C&T Publishing. And if you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.